Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranam, welcome to Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. Today we are very happy to have the association of His Grace Madhav Sharan Prabhuji. He will be sharing Bhagavad Gita from 4th canto, 29th chapter, verses are 47 and 48. The chapter is titled Talks Between Talks Between Narada and King Prachinabharhi. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Please start. Welcome.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. First of all, I would like to take the blessings of all the assembled devotees here. So, and also thank you very much for giving the opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, especially His Grace Narari Chaitanya Prabhu and Sankarshan Priya Prabhu and Sri Bhagavat Prabhu. Thank you. Today we are covering two verses. 4.4th canto, 29th chapter, 47 and 48. The chapter is entitled Talks Between Narada and King Prachinabharhi. Let us read the verses. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 47. Tasmat karmaso bharhishman ajnanad artha kashishu marta drashtim krita shrotra sparshishva aprashta vastushu. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. My dear King Bharhishman, you should never, out of ignorance, take to the Vedic rituals or to fruitive activity, which may be pleasing to hear about or which may appear to be the goal of self-interest. You should never take these to be the ultimate goal of life. Text 48. Swam lokam na viduste vai yatra devo janardanaha ahurdhumradhiyo vedam sakarmakam e atad vidaha. Translation: those who are less intelligent accept the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies as all in all. They do not know that the purpose of the Vedas is to understand one's own home, where the Supreme Personality of Godhead lives. Not being interested in their real home, they are illusioned and search after other homes. Hare Krishna. So, in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, we find a very powerful king who is a King Prachinabhari, and he is extremely religious in the sense that he spent much of his time in performing the ritualistic ceremonies. And we also see another great personality, Narada Muni, who is a self-realized soul. And Narada Muni, he's encouraging here King Prachinabhari to go deeper. So Srila Prabhupada says, Supreme Lord does not accept what you are offering, but he accepts the purpose or the intent with which it is offered. So we are also doing many times many of the practices, spiritual practices, and sometimes rituals in spiritual life are there, and they are very important also because they help us uh, to regulate our life and to put aside some part of our time, concentrated time for spiritual activities. And these rituals are considered like a vehicle, so which carry our consciousness closer and closer to Krishna or God. But sometimes the tendency is in such a way that we are so much focused on the vehicle that we forget uh, what who is sitting on that vehicle and where we are supposed to go using that vehicle. So that should not be done. The purpose should not be lost. So purpose of life is to purify our consciousness and awaken the dormant love for God that is within all of us. Savai pumsa paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. So supreme religion or occupation is that by which one awakens the inner propensity to love God or Krishna from the heart. So whatever we are doing, we whatever maybe the rituals or the prayers, whatever we are doing, if it does not bring us to the point of loving Krishna, or if it does not bring to the point to awaken the taste for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam or chanting the glories of the Lord, then what does the Srimad Bhagavatam says? It is Shama eva hi kevalam. It is considered useless waste of time. So that's the reason Narada Muni here is telling King Prachinabhari, just don't only is not telling to give up the ritualistic activities, but he's telling King Prachinabarhi to uh, for him to understand what is the purpose behind doing all these ritualistic activities. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hradi sannivishto mattasmratir jnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarvair ahameva vedyo vedanta kratveda videva chaham. So he's telling, I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. And what is the purpose of the Vedas? Actually, Krishna is the compiler of the Vedas, and from all the Vedas, Krishna is to be known. So the essence we have to focus. That is, the purpose is to please Krishna. So if one is doing big ritualistic activities, but if he has missed the real point of pleasing Krishna, then he has missed the main point. But there may be people who may not be doing big things, but they are sincerely serving, sincerely trying to serve. And simply by their sincerity and willingness to please the Lord, they may attain perfection. So that is the reason we have to see the purpose is to please Krishna. Sometimes the younger generation, they come to Krishna consciousness, but they may sometimes whimsically practice, or they may reject some of the external form of sadhana, because sometimes they may observe some so-called wrong examples. So that is the reason Srila Prabhupada used to say, one has to have the good character, because when the young generation, they don't see the other, maybe some wrong examples or other devotees not up to the good character, then they may get demotivated. But Srila Prabhupada, that's why he used to tell devotees they maintain very good character. Once Srila Prabhupada was discussing with the PhD fellow, and that he was telling, Srila Prabhupada was telling that philosophy has little or no value without good character. Because the purpose of everything, whatever we are developing, we are doing everything is to develop a good character. Because without good character, nothing is pleasing to Krishna. So if we even in the history we see, if we see the downfall of faith in the spiritual systems, whatever, that is because of the hypocrisy or are not having good character. Because people, they see the ideal men, they follow the good character. They may be seeing the external rituals, or sometimes they may even see everything in the judgmental way. Some other organizations they may go, where they see teachings without compassion, or teachings without morality, practice without love. So in this way, they are not motivated there, they are not interested in practicing those organizations, and then they may come to ISKCON. To find an alternative, they come to ISKCON. And when they come to Hare Krishna movement, and if they see devotees are following very good character, then they naturally get attracted and they stay lifelong and they practice in Hare Krishna movement. So that is the reason good character, these are the the qualities of a Vaishnava. These Vaishnava tries to develop these qualities. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that being Vaishnava is not an ordinary thing, it's a very special thing. And outside we see, for fashion, they may go to some club, like Rotary Club or Lions Club or Laughter Club. No, being Vaishnava is not like that. And you are wearing some saffron dress, not like that. It's so Vaishnava means, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, is a very high platform. A real Vaishnava is is a higher platform than even attaining liberation or mukti. Even Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says the word Dasa, servant of Lord Krishna, is the highest elevation that one can achieve, to be the servant of Lord Krishna. And even sometimes we get the name, and along with that Das. So by the mercy of Guru, we are getting name and Das. So Srila Vrindavana Das Thakur says, just by getting a name is not enough. We have to live by the spirit of the name. So if we really want to make spiritual advancement, we have to live by the spirit of the name Dasa. So that's why advancement doesn't come by just getting the name, but advancement comes by living according to the name, according to the spirit of the name. So Dasa or Dasi, servant of Krishna, is a very highly elevated platform. So when the spiritual master this is giving the name Dasa, that means he is giving a lifetime mission, that you are going to become the servant of Lord Krishna. So it is a lifetime mission, but we should not be thinking to become the master of the master. We have to try to become servant of the servant. Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayor Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa. So Vrindavan Das Thakur, that's why he says this name, we just have to understand the name, this Das, what does exactly meant by Das, to be a servant of Lord Krishna. And we have to understand that this position of being the Dasa of the Lord, it is higher than the yogis who have attained 8 mystic siddhis. Maybe walking on the water, anima, laghima, all the mystic siddhis they might have attained. But this being a dasa of the Lord is higher than that. And it is higher than the jnanis who have really transcended the 3 modes of material nature. Sattva, Raja, Tamas. They have transcended the modes of material nature and attained the Brahman realization. So this is higher than the jnanis. So when we see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing Srila Sanatana Goswami, and they are discussing the higher and higher realms of self-realization. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he began the talk based on very foundation, that is Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. So our constitutional position is we are eternally servant of the Lord. So that's what even Gaudiya Vaishnava, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava, that begins the point that we are Dasa Anu Das. So it gives the highest philosophy, but we should not think that we are in that platform. So it is our aspiration to be on that platform, but at present we may not be in that platform. So our aspiration should be to be Dasa Dasanu Das. So Srila Prabhupada has given this identity, and he has given the seed of the identity. Now it is our responsibility to live by this identity according to the various principles given, to be Dasa Dasanu Das, the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. And when we develop this mood of being the servant, so then we can chant 16 rounds every day very nicely. And this is the first and foremost instruction given to us, Yuga Dharma, chanting of the holy name. But if we are offending others, if we are being cruel to others, and if we do not have the service attitude towards others, so Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, it is like elephant taking bath in the river and coming out and rolling over the mud or pouring all the mud on the its body again. So what happens? This entire purification process becomes very, very slow. It's a very slow process of getting cleansed. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he mentioned, just chant the holy name and do not criticize others or do not offend others. Then I will take you back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. So it sounds very easy. Hmm. It's, just we have to chant Hare Krishna and not offend others. So it's very easy, is it not? But in order in order it to be easy, we have to really imbibe the quality of being dasa dasanudas, and we have to really strive to be dasa dasanudas. Then it's possible. So Srila Rupa Goswami says, what is the nature of a pure devotee? He does not have the tendency to uh, find faults in others. A pure devotee is humble. So that is the reason, the lesson we learn in this section, we have to try to become dasa dasanudas. And the second thing, what we are seeing is the purpose behind whatever seva or whatever what maybe charity or any other things which you are doing. What is the purpose behind it? Some people, they may give charity, but they may be giving it for saving some income tax, or they want their name or their father's name, mother's name to be on the plaques or on the walls of the temple. So we have to understand, what does Krishna accept? Are we giving charity to uplift the people, to so that the people are the devotees or the other general mass, they are progressing in the path of pure devotional service or in Krishna consciousness, or I want to save income tax? So that is the reason, purpose behind whatever we are doing. So that's why it is not just what you give, it is how you give it, means with what motivations, what intention you are giving it. So Srila Prabhupada has given us, so many lectures, and his disciples, and Srila Prabhupada has given us so many books. So the whole purpose of giving all the, lectures and purpose, he mentioned one time that you have to chant Hare Krishna and come to the level of pure chanting. So all books, all lectures, that is guiding us, that with what motivation we have to chant Hare Krishna, and what lifestyle we should be having to support our chanting Hare Krishna, so that it has maximum effect. How we should behave such that we come to the level of pure chanting. So here King Parachina Bharishat, he is doing so many ritualistic activities, but his motivations are misdirected, not properly directed. So in the same way, all across the globe, millions of people may be chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Some may be doing it for material benefit, some may be doing it for liberation, because many of the people, they know what is the power, or the how much great is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and some of them know that it is the greatest of all mantras, Mahamantra. And Mayavadis and impersonalists, they may know that it is the best mantra because it is mentioned in the Kali Santarana Upanishad. So many of them, they cannot deny this fact. But Srila Prabhupada teaches with what intention devotees are practicing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Devotees are practicing Hare Krishna Mahamantra to attain pure love of God, Krishna Prema, unmotivated, uninterrupted love for Krishna. But if one is chanting Hare tend to get liberation, then one will get liberation. And if one is chanting Hare Krishna with the intent to get mystic powers, then he will get mystic powers. And if one is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra to get the material benefits, he will get material benefits. But devotees' motive is not that. They want Krishna prema. So that is very important. The motivation or intention with which whatever we are doing, what is ultimately is the motto is to progress in the path of pure devotional service and get Krishna prema, or do we want uh, material benefits, or do we want mystic siddhis, we want liberation? What is the motivation behind whatever the seva or whatever chanting, whatever kirtan we are doing? That is very, very important. So our goal is to get Krishna prema. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam, from the very beginning, it kicks out all the Kaitava dharmas. Dharma prochita Kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. So all the superficial, purposes of religion just kicks out. And from the very beginning, from the second shloka itself, and it establishes the real goal, that is unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So in the we see throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, this is emphasized. And there is one story of Yajnak Brahmins. In Vrindavan, there is a place called Yajnasthali, where this wonderful pastime took place. And Krishna and Balaram and Gopas, they were in the pasture ground. And this, as usual, the pastime of killing all the demons, it used to happen just before the lunchtime, and Gopas became very hungry. And even Krishna and Balaram, they knew Gopas are hungry. And Gopas, even though they are hungry, they were thinking Krishna and Balaram are hungry. So this is the loving exchange which is happening in the in Vrindavan. Actually, Gopas, they don't care for anything for themselves. They are always thinking about Krishna or and Balaram. And Krishna and Balaram, they are always concerned about the Gopas or Gopis. So here, because Gopas know that Krishna and Balaram, they do anything to satisfy them, the Gopas, sometimes they pretend to be hungry so that Krishna and Balaram, they get the food for them and they can give back this food to Krishna and Balaram. So that is the loving exchange which is happening in Vrindavan. So even we see in the Talvan, there were sweet tal fruits, and there were very, fragrant coming. But there was a demon, ass demon, who is Dhenukasura. So actually, Gopas, they wanted Krishna and Balaram to enjoy these fruits, but they could not go to Talavan to get the fruits because there was Dhenukasura. So what they do, they come to Krishna and Balaram and they tell, we want to eat the Tala fruits. So that Krishna and Balaram, they go and they kill Dhenukasura. So, this is always the nature of love. And Yashoda Mai, when in the morning, when Krishna, they are coming, she cooks with all love for Krishna and devotion, and she used to pack and give. Similarly, other Gopas, their mothers also, they used to put their entire heart in the preparation, then they used to give that food. And Krishna used to accept the intention with which they are cooking. They want Krishna to enjoy the food, and Krishna accepts the intent behind whatever we are offering. Patram pushpam palam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. So Krishna says, even a leaf, a flower, which is offered with love, Krishna will accept it. So that is the reason it's not a ritual. It's not a ritual. So we have to understand the fact. Is Krishna is accepting our love with which we are doing. He is not hungry for our rituals. Uh, we may be performing the anything without heart being involved with great ritualistic way. But he is not hungry for the rituals. He is hungry for our love with which it is offered. So whatever we are offering, whatever we are doing seva, we have to do with love and devotion. So this is very important. We should not do anything ritualistic way. We have to put our heart and soul, and we have to do it with all love and all devotion to please for the pleasure of the Lord. And when we know, when we are really doing it with love, Krishna accepts our love. Because even we see so many pastimes, Krishna is crying for the milk of Yashoda. And one may ask, why does God cry? We have seen, the children are they cry when they want something. But why does the God cry? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. He is the proprietor of everything. Why God is crying? He is the absolute truth, cause of all causes. And we, even when the elders, if they cry, we get embarrassed, and there is some embarrassment. And here God is crying for the milk of Yashoda. Why is it that? And is he really crying? God is really crying? So yes, God is really crying because Yogamaya facilitates everything. And in one sense, he is doing everything to attract the attention of Yashoda Maya. But actually, he is hungry to taste the love from the pure love from Yashoda Maya. That is what he is hankering for. And that is the ultimate greatness of Lord Krishna. And because how he is reciprocating with the devotees, ye yathamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. Because devotees love is very deep, and the loving exchanges between Krishna and devotees, it's so real and it's so pure, and such that Krishna reciprocates with each and every devotee's love for him. Outside in a world, sometimes they may be wondering how these Hare Krishnas, they are expressing their love and devotion towards the Lord, because people they fear God, and they see God as some almighty, and we have to bow down because maybe just by his glance he can destroy all the universes, and just by his inhalation everything is finished. Like we know, like Mahavishnu, who is the expansion of Krishna. When he inhales, the entire cosmic manifestation, how many universes are there, it is going inside. Everything is finished. So we may compare now, like we are also inhaling every moment we are inhaling. We don't know what we are inhaling. Person sitting nearby, they don't know we are inhaling or they are inhaling, and nobody cares about our inhalation or exhalation. But here Mahavishnu, his every inhalation, multiple billions of universes are going inside. And Krishna is source of Mahavishnu. So here, that same Krishna, who is the source of Mahavishnu, he is crying for the love of his devotees. So that means how much sweet he is, and how much beautiful this could be, and how supreme might be his love for his devotees. So that we have to understand. So the same thing here, Krishna told the Gopas that there are some Brahmins who are performing rituals. They are performing rituals in a wonderful way, exactly as per the injunctions of the Vedas. Perfect timing. Every offering has to be perfect, and perfect amount of all the items. according to perfect astrological calculations, as per the astrologers, whatever they have told, everything perfect, precision and precise, perfect and precise they are doing. But you go to the Brahmins, and there will be a particular time where they have to give some food in charity. Go at that time and ask them that Balaram wants food, because you know Balaram is the son of Vasudeva and is considered as the Kshatriya, whereas Krishna is the son of Nanda, who is considered as Vaishya. And these Brahmins are caste conscious, so they will appreciate giving to Balaram than Krishna. That in that sense, so you go and ask that Balaram wants food, and you ask for food. So the same, these Brahmins were performing all the yajnas there, and their wives were assisting them in every way, and they are performing very elaborate yajna. And this Gopas, they went, as Krishna and Balaram they told, and they asked that Balaram is hungry, Krishna is also hungry, you give us the food in charity, give the food to us. So what happens, even Brahmins, they don't even look at them, they just totally ignore them. And that's really an insult, because if somebody is asking you something, you are supposed to give something, and if you give something, that's very nice. And if somebody is asking something, and if you are chastising them, at least you are caring for them. But if you are asking something and you are completely ignoring, then it's really painful. So here these little boys, they are asking for food, and these Brahmins are completely ignoring the Gopas. And they are thinking, these Gopas, these boys, they are playing in the mud with the cows. But we have so many big things to do. And we are learned Brahmins, we are learned scholars, we have so much of knowledge, great scholarship we have. So like that, these Brahmins were thinking. So regarding this scholarship, we will see another story and come back to the main story. In Srirangam, there is a personality called Parasar. Is and how he defeated the Digvijay Pandit. So even we see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated Keshava Kashmiri. So similarly, here in the Srirangam, the Digvijay Pandit, he comes in a very great palanquin with the drums and decorated elephants and horses, and all the different brahmanas, they are chanting Vedic hymns, and some are chanting his glorification. So we have to, whatever may be our position, we have to understand that we are dasa dasanudasa. Trinadapi suni chena tarorapi saishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So this Digvijay Panditi comes to Srirangam and he challenges. Anyone can come and debate. I will defeat them. Like that he was challenging. And this little Parasara, he comes, he's just 5 years old, and he comes, can I ask you some questions? And this Digvijay Panditi, with all pride, he's telling, yes, I can answer any questions that you ask. And the Parasara, he picks up some handful of sand from the ground, and he asks, how many sand, grains of sand that are there in my hand? Then the Digvijay Pandit, gets bewildered. What? He can't answer the question. So now here, he's like stuck. What this 5 years old, with all, he's looking at Digvijay Pandit with all compassion and conviction. How you can answer all questions. Then Parasara tells to this Digvijay Pandit, all of your knowledge, all of your rituals, without devotional service to Lord Vishnu is useless. Like that it tells, and he throws the sand. So immediately that Digvijay Pandit, in front of everyone, he bows down to Parasar and he accepts him as Guru. So we know then how Parasara, he is the next Acharya of Sri Sampradaya after Ramanujacharya. When he grows older, he is a next Acharya. So similarly, these Brahmins also, they are like having the false pride. And they did not give the food even though they got direct service. So one has to understand the sar or essence. For example, in the Govardhan Puja, one might be preparing so many bhogas, maybe 2-3 days before only, because some dry items and so many things it will be prepared. And what is the ultimate thing? These all bhogas Krishna has to enjoy. It has to be offered to Krishna. That is the whole purpose. It has to be offered to Krishna. So here Brahmins, they are offering big things in the yajna, but here Krishna and Balaram, they are personally asking them to give the food, and they are not giving the food. So they have lost the whole purpose behind it. So here, but then the Gopas, what they come and tell the same thing to Krishna and Balaram. And Krishna and Balaram, they tell now, okay, they have not given the food. Now what you do, you go to the wives of Brahmins, because the Brahmins wives, they do not know any mantra tantra, because these Brahmins, they are very experts in yantra, mudra, puja, tantra, but they don't know the essence. Nate viduhu swartha gatim hi Vishnum. So purpose behind it, they don't know. But these wives of Brahmins, they have heard about Krishna when they are going for marketplaces, and they are always meditating on Krishna, because they are attracted by hearing the narrations of Krishna. They are attracted to Krishna, and they are always within their heart, they are always thinking of Krishna. So Krishna tells, you go to them and ask for food. So here we have to understand one thing. Just by hearing about him, because the wives of the Brahmins, they have not seen Krishna. So here we can understand that hearing about Krishna is non-different than Krishna. According to the faith and according to the absorption one is having, absorption of the consciousness. When one is hearing the pastime, suppose one is hearing the pastime, how much he is absorbed and how much faith he is having, according to that he can enter into the pastimes of Krishna, because they are non-different. So for example, if one is hearing the about the narrations of the form of the Lord, then if he's really one is absorbed in that, then he can really behold the beauty of the Lord, because that is non-different. So that's why Srila Prabhupada used to say, we should see through the ears. We are not, of course, seeing through the eyes is there, but we should see through the ears. So by hearing and by reading about Krishna, we can see Krishna in our heart, according to how much absorption we are having, or according to how much faith we are having in the descriptions of Krishna. And Krishna reciprocates and manifests himself within the heart according to our surrender. So that's the reason. Yes, here Brahmins, they have not given the food, but go to Brahmins' wives. Then the Gopas go and ask Brahmins' wives. When they heard that, Brahmins' wives heard that Krishna and Balaram, they have come and they are asking for food, they immediately start packing whatever the best they have, whatever the remaining, the best of the best, everything they have, they started putting in the pots and plates, and they are telling, we will bring it personally to Krishna. We want to come with you. And so the Gopas said, yes, you can come. Then the Brahmins told, the Brahmins' wives, they started going. Then the Brahmins, they tell their wives, what are you doing? We need you for the yajna. But wives, they didn't even care to say anything. Just left. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. So essence of all Bhagavad Gita, this knowledge, abandon all types of religion and just surrender unto me. This pastime is just similar to the pastime where the gopis, they are leaving everything, their family, everything, just when Krishna is playing his flute on the autumn season, in the full moon day, where he is calling all the gopis for rasa dance. Just similar to that. They, Brahmins' wives, they are abandoning everything just because they want to see Krishna or Govinda in the forest of Vrindavan. That lavulya or the greed is so much within the heart, they just want to serve Krishna. That's why Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, don't try to see Krishna, but serve Krishna in such a way that he wants to see you. So here, understanding, because Krishna is there within the heart of even Brahmin's wives, Krishna and Dev, he wanted to reciprocate with their love. So, and this pastimes very much, this is very much exhibited, whatever Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, it's exhibited in this pastime. Because in their heart, they are longing so much for Krishna that Lord himself wanted to see Brahmin's wives. That's why he is calling them. And Brahmin's wives, they are coming with all plates and with the best food items they are having. So this is the mystery of bhakti. That the more one wants the pleasure, we can't get much enjoyment. But when one is not concerned much about the personal enjoyment, but one is concerned about to give the pleasure to the Lord or the Lord's devotees, the more one wants that, the more one will be having the higher enjoyment or highest pleasure. So that is the secret of bhakti. So the Brahmins' wives, they were anticipating to have darshan of Krishna. And they went with Krishna, and finally they saw Krishna from far, wearing Vaijayanti Mala, dazzling garments, with the flute, with the peacock feather. And Krishna beautifully smiled at them. And when Krishna smiled at them, the ecstatic love from within, it erupted in the heart. And Krishna gave completely himself to them. So this is loving reciprocation. Even in Chaitanya Leela, we see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Haridas Thakur, I am a prisoner in your heart. I am a prisoner of love. So the devotee who has relished that taste, he can't give up that love. So here they are beholding the beauty of Krishna, or Brahmin's wives, and the love is flowing within their heart. And in the heart, Brahmin's wives are embracing Krishna, and Krishna is also in the heart. Krishna is embracing the Brahmin's wives. So just exactly similar to the gopis pastimes, here also Krishna says to Brahmin's wives, you have sacrificed so much and you have come to see me. Now you go home and do your prescribed duties. Always chant about me, and always discuss about me among yourselves. Always remember me. So like that he says, and he tells them back, he sends them back. So here Brahmins, when they hear about this and they come to know about this, they are completely ashamed. They, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, they tell like whatever yajnas, knowledge, whatever disciples, whatever big lectures we are having, doing, giving, all useless, because we did not understand the whole purpose of pleasing Krishna. But whereas our wives, they did not know anything about all these things, but they went right into the essence, mm, that the love of Krishna. So what is our position? So they think like that, but still they don't go to give food to Krishna, because still Srila Prabhupada says still they are afraid that Kamsa will do something to them. But Srila Prabhupada says even Brahmins' wives, they knew that Krishna might harm them if they go to Krishna, but still they went. So that is real surrender. Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. So Brahmins' wives, they had full faith and conviction that Krishna will protect. So that is, they understood the essence. The pure love of Krishna is everything. So that is in the same way, Narada Muni in this section is trying to bring King Prachinabhari to this level of understanding the essence, the real essence. All the time he is telling, all the time you are spending in these rituals, you have to understand this is to please Krishna, to remember Krishna, and to love Krishna. That the essence you should not forget. The essence you have to understand is pure love of Godhead. So, and in this age of Kali Yuga, the most powerful method is Harinam Sankirtan. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajne Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Hi Sumedasaha. So they are most intelligent. Devotees are not fools. They are most intelligent. So they go right into the essence of chanting the holy name. Very, very simple. We don't have to do big yajnas or precisions, perfections, nothing. Very simple. Anybody can chant anywhere one can chant, anytime one can chant, even in a toilet one can chant. But deity worship and all, they are wonderful, but they need some training, dress, cleanliness, punctuality, everything. But chanting can be done anywhere, anytime. So simple. So that is why it is the greatest of the yajnas. So in this way, we have to perform this Harinam Sankirtan in such a way that we are pleasing Krishna. For pleasing Krishna, we have to develop good character. We have to go to the essence and not see just the externals or the external rituals. Should not see the external rituals. We have to see the essence, go to the essence. And in order to go to the essence, we need to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So that we are focused. Our essence, we are on the essence we are focused. Because in the material world there are so many distractions from within and without, politics, Hollywood, Bollywood, or social affairs, economic development, maybe television or YouTube. There are so many things to attract our diversions away from all attractive Lord Krishna. So many distractions will be there. But even as devotees, we have so many distractions. But in order to focus on the essence and on our goal, we need to hear every day, especially from a pure devotee, and perform our sadhana very properly. And reading Srila Prabhupada's books. And in this way, focus our mind on hearing, reading, and chanting, or coming to Kirtan. And in this way, getting purified. So Srila Prabhupada says we are in the parampara of Narada Muni, where here Narada Muni is trying his best to bring the consciousness of king to that pure level, or Krishna conscious. So even our all ISKCON temples are meant for that purpose only, to give people the chance to become Krishna conscious. So in this Srila Prabhupada, I'll finish by saying one small thing. One time somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what is real tapasya? So Srila Prabhupada said, of course, many times he gave different answers, but that particular instant he says, real tapasya is to read my books for 4 hours every day. So that means it is very important that we should also read Srila Prabhupada's books here every day, reading, chanting by complete focus. And ultimately, we have to focus our heart on the essence, Shuddha Bhakti, loving devotional service to Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Is there any questions or comments or suggestions? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for the wonderful class on helping us understanding the real essence of the ritualistic activities through various analogies and examples. Devotees can unmute themselves to share reflections, or if they have any questions, please ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful class.
Hare
Brought
Krishna.
things out very, very nicely through wonderful pastimes. In fact, you talked about Prabhupada talking about reading his book for 3 to 4 hours every day. That is the biggest tapasya, and I just heard that class today morning. So it was very, very apt. I could just, recall that, because exactly what he said, that we are not here to sell books, but we are here to study and read. That's very important. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Is there any other questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams, Prasanatma here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Very nice to hear from you, Prabhu. Thank you for the association.
Thank you,
Nicely
Prabhuji.
touched upon so many points. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So I think there are no questions, but I wanted to touch upon one small thing, which because of time I didn't cover it. So actually, Srila Prabhupada, he used to say, when we are going for book distribution, we are going as beggars, but Srila Prabhupada said, beggars, they go to, outside for begging, for taking something. But as devotees, we are going out for begging to give something. Because here, Gopas, they are going and asking something, and Brahmins, they are not giving. But Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they went outside to door to door. But they are begging for what? They are begging, take the jewel of this Krishna consciousness. Please accept this love of God. Please chant Krishna's names. Please worship Krishna. Saru Krishna. Krishna is your mother. Krishna is your father. Krishna is your treasure of the heart. Just take this, take Krishna, take this holy name. So here, Srila Prabhupada, he is telling, this Krishna consciousness movement, it is giving us the opportunity to carry on the mission of Nityananda Prabhu. We are going out and begging people to take, we are not asking to give us. We are telling them to take Krishna, take, this love of Godhead. So that is what Srila Prabhupada has given us. So just wanted to touch upon this because I missed this point, and I thought because of lack of time I could not cover, but since we had some 3-4 minutes, I thought I'll cover this point. This very nice point, because Srila Prabhupada has given us the highest thing. So we should completely make utilization of this and make our life perfect. So Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So Bhagavad Prabhu, so shall we close?
Yeah, we'll end with Vaishnava pranams.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha पततानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शीला प्रभुपाद की जय. शीला गुरुदेव की जय. Thank you very